My name is Lucy Adams. I'm the founder of Disruptive HR and I'm based in London. The thing that struck me most readily was the decision to leave a company that wasn't the BBC actually. That was in many ways a relatively easy decision to make. The decision to leave a company where I'd worked for 9 years, where I'd had rapid promotion. It was a fantastic role, global role, flying all over the world, doing really interesting work, working with some great people, well remunerated, great status, great for the CV, etc. And I made the decision that I wanted to go because I found that the relationship with my boss was actually quite a dysfunctional one. He had been phenomenal to me, but when I went to work for him directly, so when I was promoted into the group role, reporting to him directly as chief exec, I witnessed certain behaviours that you don't see when you're at a distance from somebody, but you kind of get closer to the Sun King and you see a range of behaviours of political behaviour, of power relationships, power dynamics. And what I noticed was over a 5-year period of working directly with him, strange things started to happen to my behaviour. So I became more political, more manipulative, I became much more fearful, I became much more inclined to think about what did he want rather than what was the right answer. And I really didn't like what was happening to me and who I had become, because I suppose my key values are, we all say integrity, don't we? But actually an earthiness and a genuineness and even if you don't get the answer that you want, then you give it to them anyway. And I built up really great relationships with my peers and my subordinates and my superiors, being the kind of person that I wanted to be. And what I noticed was, in response to this very unhealthy power dynamic, was that my behaviour started to change. And so I decided to leave, but it was a really agonising decision. And it was one that when I communicated it, because I went to a smaller company, so it was fascinating to me that and I knew it would happen, is that you go from being somebody that's really in demand, that the headhunters are calling you all the time, and to suddenly the calls don't come quite as much. But I made the decision because I knew that I couldn't be the person I wanted to be in that organisation, working for that managerial relationship. And that has guided my decision-making ever since. It's as much about who you're working for as the company you're working with. And at the point where you don't feel you can be true to yourself, because your power's sapped then. If actually you're second-guessing and you're chameleon-like, very noisy London, then not only do your own self-confidence dips, you don't like yourself very much at work, then you can't expect other people to like you either or respect you. And I didn't respect myself, and I've never gone back to that kind of relationship since.
Wow.